The PIX 11 Morning News at 7 starts right now.
Live from Studio 2A in PIX Plaza, this is the PIX 11 Morning News with Sukanya Krishnan and Scott Stanford.
Still ahead this morning, we're talking about the secret lives of teenagers.
Yeah, we've talked about the dangers of the so-called fire challenge in the past week, and you think a teenager would know better. So what drives people to do terrible things like this? We're going to take a closer look. All right, it is 7:34, and we have a warning for you. We're going to show some pretty explicit video, and if you have children that are nearby having breakfast, you just might want them to look away. But this is a discussion that parents really have to have because it is a real issue, and Nassau County has now issued a big warning to parents and teenagers about the so-called fire challenge. It leaves kids with severe burns. This after a 12-year-old boy, Long Island boy, wound up in the hospital with second and third degree burns after doing something just like this video, which is many of it posted on YouTube.
You know, even with the terrible outcomes of this stunt, I mean, teens are still attempting it along with other harmful tricks. But why would they do it knowing the dangers?
Yeah.
Joining us this morning to discuss the fire challenge and other internet stunts.
It's hard to watch.
Supervisor of Psychology at NYU Langone Medical Center, Dr. Joe Taravella. Dr. Joe, thanks for coming in.
You bet. Good to be here.
Why are these kids doing this? That's the question. Why are they doing this?
You know,
It's so hard to watch. I'm sorry. It freaks me out.
it is hard to watch, and I think it's important to show the dangers of it and the kids that are scarred from it and the burns that they have. With social media, you know, it opens up a new arena for these kids to get many likes and have that sensational piece of it and to become more popular online.
I mean, the reality that you can be left and scarred with 30 to 40% of your body with second-degree burns, I can't even imagine. But why are they willing to risk it all? Is there something that boys psychologically or some part of the developmental mind that doesn't get the risk factor?
Yes.
Is there something mentally that, you know, the mind isn't completely evolved yet?
You know, boys tend to be a little bit more impulsive. Their frontal lobe, that part of the brain, takes a little longer to grow and develop, you know, through mid-20s.
Really?
So they tend to be more impulsive, and it's exciting for them when they're doing stuff like this.
Yeah, but we've seen the cinnamon challenge, we've seen the fire challenge, we've seen the eraser challenge, we've seen so many of these challenges. What are kids not getting that it's not going to happen to them?
Yes, they think it's not going to happen to them. And what we want them to understand is that your skin starts to burn in less than a second. So by the time you light yourself on fire and jump into the swimming pool, you're already getting burns.
Yeah, I mean, look, when I was a kid, I had boiling water spilled on my stomach and my skin rolled up in a half a second.
Yes.
So as parents, it's almost like, how do you protect your kids, stop them from drinking or smoking? How do we stop them from doing this?
I think by having parents look at this situation, I don't think a lot of parents even know what the fire challenge is. And so creating an awareness of it and having them sit down with their kids, even having teachers, pediatricians talk to these teenagers about the harmful impact this is going to have. You're going to have permanent scarring on your body, and it's also going to lead to a lot of anxiety and other traumas down the road.
I think the thing is that it's posted online. You know, it's that, like, you know, people like this, people like what I'm doing. It's that self-validation that they get. So as a parent, how do you validate them? As a parent, you want to be the person giving them the pat on the back saying you're okay. How do you create that conversation?
You talk to your kids continuously, that the validation doesn't come from external sources, as in likes on social media.
It's all about those likes,
It needs to come from within.
Yeah, that's a tough one for a 15, 14, 15, 16-year-old who's, you know, hey, it's tough for us, you know, when we don't, you know, get that validation as well. So I can imagine that. But, you know, this is the world we live in again, and we have to have those conversations.
Dr.
So hopefully,
Joe, thank you, sir.
Yeah, so hopefully parents are educated on this stuff that's out there. It's called the fire challenge, the cinnamon challenge, the eraser challenge, and they're not going away, everybody. To read more information on all of these challenges and other dangerous internet stuff that's going on that you need to be aware of so you can protect your kids, please download our app and click on the Morning News tab.
Dr. Joe, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good day, my friends.